Hi guys, my name is Steve B. I'm going to talk to you a little bit today about staying sober for today. You know, I'm feeling an overwhelming sadness today. I um I'm going through some stuff right now. So life stuff, and it hurts, and it hurts, and I feel like crap. And my mind wants to go to the place where it's like, you're no good, you suck, you this, you that. I just want you guys to know that some days, like if I'm trying to sound positive, sometimes I'm going through stuff that is tough, and tough stuff. And today is one of those days. I got my walk in, my 4 miles, but I wanted to quit halfway. I didn't even want to finish. Feeling down in the dumps, depressed, like kind of out of it. And I'm glad to come to you guys, but I want you to know that my life sometimes ain't the greatest. You might think it is, but not always. Not always. I honestly, the way I feel today, I wanna go to bed and not wake up. Just like sleep until I feel better, if that happens. But I want you guys to know that yeah, I'm not gonna drink today. I don't want to drink. I haven't wanted to drink in a long, long time, and it ain't gonna make it better. Drinking isn't the go-to anymore. I say the go-to would be God or prayer. Talking to you guys helps too, because it helps me to unload. Meetings help. I went to one yesterday and didn't really want to go, but I'm glad I did. We got another one today, and meetings do help. Meetings help. They help to get the garbage out, especially if you pull someone aside at the meeting and chat with them for a little bit, and a lot of times stuff will come out. Stuff will come out that you want to talk about. And one of my character defects is that I keep stuff in. I have a hard time being compassionate sometimes, and I put on a hard cover. I have a hard time showing emotion, because I put on that cover, and I don't want to let anybody in. But I'm here to tell you that, yeah, I have days where it's just like I feel totally alone, and I feel lonely today, and I have for the past few days. You know, life isn't always what I want it to be, but that's okay, because most of the days are better than the bad days. I have more good days than bad days, and I'm here to talk to you guys a little bit. What do I do? Well, one of my go-tos is to go to the Lord and talk to Him, share with Him, because I got to go somewhere with it. I can't leave that stuff alone and just kind of let it fester inside me. I'll get sick. That's where sickness comes from, you know. But I'm here today down the park. Did my walk. Like I said, I wanted to quit halfway. I wanted to go sit and be lazy. 'Cause it's kind of humid today. It's humid and very warm. But it's a beautiful thing to be able to have another day to live. And that comes from the Lord. The Lord God gives me the days, to live. It's nothing I do. I don't deserve anything. If anything, I deserve punishment. I mean, I'm the first guy to tell you that, I got my character defects. I got a lot of faults. The only perfect one was Jesus. And I'll never be that. But I can come to Him. I come to Him and I tell Him what's going on, how I feel, how life is treating me. And I don't know, I feel like beat up today. Like I really don't have anything good to share. But what I want you to tell you, if you feel like this too, man, just keep going. That's what I do. Keep going. You want to go through it. You don't want to come out You don't want to come out and and let the defects win. Just trust that God knows what He's doing. He knows what you're going through, and it's going to be great. It's going to be great. The lessons we learn are worth what we go through. But I don't have all the answers, but I know someone who does. God does. Other people might have an answer. They might be able to understand better what you're going through, and maybe have good advice for you. Um, yeah, and I'm down the park, and it's a very humid day. Um, Not too many people walking, but enough. And yeah, I I don't know. I hope to encourage you that if you go through this, man, you just keep going. If you're going through a hard time, I read this once. If you're going through a tough time, keep going. Because you're supposed to be learning something, and God has not abandoned you. Sometimes I think He's abandoned me, and the absolute truth of the matter is that He has not. He has not abandoned you, and He hasn't abandoned me either. He hasn't abandoned me either. Um, Feeding my buddies down here. I love when they come and make my day, and I just give them the almonds. They love the almonds, and so I make sure I got them every day for them. I mean, for me, it's worth whatever I pay for them. It's worth giving it to them because they're awesome little creatures. They're wonderful. I love watching them. Their little arms out like they want they want them. They want the almonds. But guys, I think part of my problem is that I grew up in a household that there was no there was no love, there was no feelings, there was no emotion, there was no nothing. We were told to keep that stuff in and don't let it out. And it wasn't until I came to recovery that I learned that this is a place to let your emotions out. And I know this is kind of I hope you don't look at this as like a negative thing. I want you to see that I have tough days. Tough days do come. Tough days come. And you can make it through them. I can make it through them. We all could. And yeah, God is still there, even though it seems like He's not. It feels like He's not, but He is. He's there, and He definitely cares. God, He's not abandoned you. If times are tough, times are hard. You know, um, He hasn't abandoned you. He's there. He still wants to talk to you. He still wants to fellowship with you, and me too. I got to remember that He wants to be with me too. Because like a day like today, I feel like nobody wants to be around me today. I'm a bummer, but God does. He does. Um, yeah, in the shade, there's a little breeze. In the sun, it's like, well, I was starting to sweat like crazy. Very warm today. Humid even, very humid. But in the shade, it's nice. And you know, uh, I did my 4 miles. Got it in, even though I didn't want to. I didn't feel like it. I felt lazy. And now I'm doing this with you guys. I wasn't sure what I was going to talk about, but I found the topic. It's it's good. It's good when you admit that things are hard and then keep going. You talk about your feelings, let them out. That's what the program's all about, letting out your feelings. I wasn't able to do that in the household that I grew up in because I didn't have anybody that was able to deal with that or to handle it or to comfort you. I don't know how to comfort so much today because I was never comforted. You know, if anything, it was more like beat down. Every day was a beat down mentally. And if you're mentally not good, you're physically not good. So it was a lot of years of really bad stuff, you know, and I came into recovery and I learned to share. And still hard for me sometimes when I'm going through stuff like this. It's still hard for me. And but but I'm trying, and I want you guys to try too. If you're having a tough day, keep going. You know, I'm glad you guys checked in with me today. Sorry it wasn't the kind of message I want to give, but yes, it was. Yes, it was. But give me a like and subscribe. Leave a comment. Love to chat with you. Love you all. And God bless.